Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Bridget, a YouTuber based in Canada. That felt so funny to say. Okay, so if you're new here, my name is Bridget, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always returning. I love you guys. I'm sure that by title of this video, you guys already know what's up. So without further much rambling, let's get right into the video. So guys, before we start, pardon where I'm looking. I'm sure you guys know I wasn't feeling too well, so yeah, I'm just recovering and I still feel like I look somehow, but yeah, I just have to make this video because this video has been long coming, and yeah, I just thought to put that out there. So let's get right into the video now. I feel like this video, just get ready. I'll be spilling a lot of teas. There'll be a lot of TMI, too much of information that I'll be sharing in this video. Not because I don't know that I'm not to share it, but just because I feel like it's going to help somebody out there. If I'm speaking for now, I don't know where it's coming from. But you guys just be serious. Be serious. Okay. Now I'm very serious, you guys. So I'm super excited that I'm finally able to shoot this video. I mean, I've gotten tons of questions, and yeah, this video is the reason why a lot of people have been asking me so many questions, and I hope that by the time you guys finish watching this video, I've been able to answer at least half of the questions I've gotten, and at the end of it, I hope I'm also able to give someone hope out there that yeah, your dream can actually come true, and anything you put your mind to, it's gonna it's work out. You guys, jokes apart. All right, so let's get right into the video for real now. But wait, disclaimer, I'm not an immigration officer. This would be so weird saying it, but anyhow, I'm not an immigration officer. Anything I'll be saying today is based on my own experience, and take anything I'm saying today with a pinch of salt. And like I said, we say, I'm not giving you advice, so it's just gist what gist is. Yeah, so you guys, I just want you guys to know that it is my own experience. What worked for me might not work for somebody, and what did not work for me might work for you, right? So just be smart about how you receive this information. And yeah, I really do hope, like I said, I'm able to give somebody hope out there that your dream can actually come true, and if you put your mind to it, it will definitely work out. Now let's get into the full gist, the full story. Since you guys say you like gist, now is the time for the gist. Okay, so I hope this video is not too long. If this video reach 1 hour, I'll post it like that, just so you guys know. So as I was saying, it's always been my dream to travel abroad, and this dream started when I was small. I remember in primary school, anytime I come back from break and I get to class, then I know I had friends, not friends, but there was just this one of my friend that always had, she always traveled out during the break. Is it that, oh, she went to Dubai, or she went to UK, and in my head I knew that we cannot afford that one, right, while we were small. So but it was just always my dream, and I remember that time I'll tell her, give me all the whole she start with it. To me, abroad was a big thing. Even till now, okay, not that I'm here, but then if I hear that somebody's abroad, I'm like, wow. To me, abroad was like heaven. I don't know why, but that's just me, you guys. So fast forward to secondary school too. When we go on break and we come back, I had friends too that traveled out for the holiday, but just kept lingering in me that, okay, why can't I travel out for holiday, and things like that. Then back growing up, started watching movies. You just know how it's just really beautiful things out there. How it's seen that when you travel abroad, your skin will start to glow. Everything works out for you. They're beautiful cities. It was just my dream, and I mean, who doesn't like good things? So yeah, that was it for me, and that was how I knew that, okay, I really do want to travel abroad. But I'm coming from a family where it is not seen as luxury. Like, it's not something that we can just wake up one morning and say, okay, let's travel. If we want to, we can. But if we do, it will affect so many other things, right? We have school fees, there are other things that you can just necessarily use the money for, So yeah, I just knew that. I don't know how I want to do it, but this is just a dream. So fast forward to university, I mean, now is the time. I'm already an adult. I know how Nigerian parents believe that when you're small, it's not advisable to travel abroad. So I didn't even bring it up for anybody. This dream was just in my own mind. I don't think I ever mentioned it to anybody in my family that, I wanted to travel out. Yeah, so, I got to uni and I knew that, okay, Damola. You guys, if you hear Damola, that's my middle name. And that's what they call me at home. So I'm very used to the name. So if you hear Damola, I'm talking to myself because that's what I call myself. So I was like, okay, Damola, this is the time. Like, this is the time you can make the move. Like, now, if you explain to your parents that you want to travel, they will understand you're an adult now, right? So I started making my research from, I think, my 100 level because I knew that. So in my house, I told you that I'm sharing too much of information. So in my house, my father is bent on education. He will do anything. I'm sure if he's watching this video now, like, So my father will literally do anything just for you to go to school. He would rather spend his own money on school, on your education than any other thing. So I already knew that after uni, I was going to do my master's. He already said it. He said before you marry, all of you must do your master's, right? So I already knew that was the next step for me. But I already knew at the same time that if I was to do this master's, if I'm not careful, I'll do it in Nigeria. And literally, I was done. I was just done with Nigeria, to be honest, right? And to make things worse, my school has master's program, and I already knew that that's the way. I mean, I was already tired of my school. I said, no. I have to find another route, right? So I started making my research from 100 level, like I said. So my dream country has always been America, the United States of America. America. If you're listening to this video right now, I'm coming for you. You just don't worry. This is not the final destination. So it has always been my dream to go to America, to be honest, So after making so many research, to me, it just felt like you have to be very smart to want to go to America. I'm smart though. But like I said, you have to be very smart. Because the videos I kept saying is that they went through scholarship or, your grade has to be very good, and the money involved also. I didn't even know how much was really involved, but in my head, it just felt like you have to be very smart to want to go there. I just thought about it. And another thing was, I looked at all the whole requirements. I'm like, this wildlife is too much. You know how you want something good, but you're not ready to put in the work. Yeah, that was it for me. I'm like, I don't think I can do this. Especially, I think for US, you have to write. You know how you want to apply for scholarship and they tell you write an essay and why you think you deserve. I hate things like that. I just hate it. Just give me, because if you see me, you can already tell I deserve it. Like, I just really hate things like that. So I just see that America, no, maybe another time. But yeah, so that's how I removed my mind from US. I did check. I looked at how to apply to schools. I started putting in some applications. But for US, you also have to pay application fee before you can totally apply. So that's how I just left it. That the wildlife is too much. So I was looking for another route. Okay, how do I go? Like, I just need the fastest route to go. Mind you, the reason why I was looking for the fastest route is because I know fully well that it's not like the money is on ground. Like, I can't just wake up one morning and tell my parents that I want to travel out for my master's. And, they'll just say, okay, no problem, go. We can afford it. So I already knew the money wasn't really there, so I had to be smart about my decision. So I started speaking to people, hey, this is my plan, blah, 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 blah. Then I started checking on YouTube again. Then I said, okay, a lot of Nigerian people are going to UK. I'm like, okay, let's do that, So I started making my research for UK. So fast forward to when I finished school. These things were just research. I've not told anybody. Everything was just in my head, right? So I got to 400 level. I was almost done. And, I decided to have a conversation with my father. And I said, okay, yeah, what next? I'm already done with school, It's like NYC. I'm like, yeah, I know that I'm to the NYC. NYC is National Youth Service Corps. For those who are not Nigerian, it's a 1-year service you have to do in my country. Yeah. So yeah, so he said I was going to do my NYC. I was like, yes, I know. But what next after that? He said, okay, you're going to do your master's. And I was like, okay, yeah. So what's the plan? Like, where am I doing my master's? Like, you can do it in Landmark. Okay, so I went to Landmark University. So if you know you went to Landmark University, say hi in the comment section. So yeah, I went to Landmark University and the sun is coming out. So yeah, I went to Landmark University and so it was like, you can do your master's there. You guys, I already told you that that's my father's plan. I know my father. I know you. I was like, no, I'm not traveling far again. No, I'm already tired of traveling up and down 4 years. No, 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 no. My father decided to be smart with me. He's like, okay. He's like, okay, you can do it in Covenant, because I think Covenant is in Ogun State. Oh, it's just very close to where we stay than Landmark, right? I'm like, I'm not doing it in Covenant too. But I didn't argue with him that. I'm like, okay, no problem. We'll talk about it. I already knew that was the plan. But you guys, I think I went back to my hostel that day and I started crying. I said, God, this is not the plan. Because if I don't go now, when do I go? Let's be realistic. Even if I finish school, and I get a job, how many years will it take me to save to be able to say, okay, I want to send myself outside the country? So I knew I had to be smart about it. I'm like, no, it's not going to work. Like, so I just prayed about it, and I left it. I just continued my research. So we finished, and now decided that, okay, I finished school rather, then I decided that, okay, I really want to have this conversation with him. Like, let's know what we're doing. So I had a conversation with my dad. Okay, I told my mom, I told my sister, my siblings, everybody was in support of it, because prior to that, some of my other siblings wanted to go, but like I said, the money wasn't there, so they didn't go. So what would now make me tell my father that I want to travel abroad and he will send me there, So yeah, after telling my mom, my siblings, they're like, okay, no problem, I should tell my dad. I went to meet my father and I told him my plans, and he's like, no, now why not just do it in Nigeria? There's OAU, there's what's the name of this popular university, UI, there's Unilag. Because in his mind, he's like, okay, if you don't want to do private again, now go and do federal school. I'm like, who tells their parents that they want to go and travel abroad and their parents will suggest that you do it in Nigeria? I don't get it. So I was actually devastated that day, I wasn't happy, like, why would you tell me that? So I spoke to my mom. She's like, okay, don't worry, I'll talk to your dad about it for you. Yeah, and that we should just continue to pray about it, because the heart of man is in the hands of God. No matter how let's continue. So yeah, we kept telling my father, we kept bringing it up, he just kept saying no. So in my head, I'm like, who tells your parent that they want to travel out for the masters that you want me to do? Because life for me, the reason why I want to travel out is to live life. It's to live life. It's not for school. But I know that the only reason why my father will send me out of this country is just because of, okay, you want to go and do your masters, right? It has to be something education-wise, because I told you my father will spend any amount of money just to send you to school. So the thing got me pissed off. I was so sad. So I spoke to my mom about it. I spoke to my siblings. They're like, okay, I should not worry, we'll talk to him. And I should also put it in prayers, because the heart of man is in the hands of God, you guys. So, throughout my whole final year, trying to round up, we kept talking about it. That it is what I want to do. That it is what I want to do, When it was tired of me, said, okay, come home, we'll talk about it, right? So I finished school, then got back home, right? Then I decided to have the conversation. But this time around, it was family meeting, all of us, we gathered together. Oh, yeah, they say we want to have meeting with my father. So we had meeting with him, decided to talk about it. But my father was like, no, just do it here. He just kept saying I should do the masters here. I'm like, why? I don't, like, explain to me. But you literally spend any amount of money on education. He's like, yes. That's why I said do it here. But in my head, I'm like, who doesn't want good for their children? Like, it wasn't making any sense for me, and it was really getting to me. Yeah, I don't know why the sun is just entering. And it was really getting to me, right? So after the whole meeting, I did not work out. My father used to say, you do it here, blah, 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 blah. Because I also studied accounting. It's like, go and do your ICANN. And in my head, I'm like, I must leave this country. I don't want to know how. Because if I want to leave this country by myself, it's going to take me years. And I don't want it to take me years before I finally get to leave this country. So we ended the meeting. We all went back. We decided that we'll just pray about it, but we'll not give up. Because my other siblings had tried to, travel out too, but my father said no. So one day, fast forward to one day, I just sat down and I'm like, maybe I should go back again and go and speak to him. Like, what could be the exact reason why this my father is telling me no? So I just need it. Just give me a tangible reason. If you can give me a tangible reason, maybe I will understand that's okay. Then I'll calm down. Maybe it's another time before you travel out, right? And I went back and I sat my father down, because in my family they believe that I'm my father's favorite child. So I went to go meet him now. I decided to talk to him. Father and daughter. How fathers love their daughter, right? I decided to talk to him one-on-one. One-on-one. All right, so I started to talk to him, and I put out my mind, like, why don't you want me to go? Is there a specific reason? I'm an adult, or do you feel like I cannot handle the whole thing? My father came plain and is like, he's not going to send a child outside the country and he'll be having an attack, whether the child is able to eat, whether the child is able to sleep. In other words, he can't 100% afford to send me outside the country. My heart broke, you guys, like, but I felt at peace because at least now I know, now it makes sense. That's why I've been saying no, because then it didn't make any sense, but now it makes more sense, right? So I'm like, okay, Daddy, I did not just come and bring this plan to you just like that. I've sat down, I've thought about it, right? But I get what you're saying, and maybe we can have this conversation another time, and I appreciate him for being honest with me. And that's how the conversation ended, right? So I went to speak to my mom, I spoke to my siblings, I told them that, okay, this was the reason why my father said, okay, not to go and everything. My mother, you guys need to miss my mother. When they say somebody have faith in this life, my mother says, is there anything God cannot do? Don't mind your father, is there anything God cannot do? Even people that don't have up to us and they're sending their children abroad, it's not your father that cannot send you. You just don't worry. So that's the only reason I say yes. I said, don't worry, leave it for me. So after much convincing, we had to, give my father like a detailed plan, like how can I get there, and he will not come here, he will not be having a headache, okay, that he cannot successfully afford to pay all my bills, right? So it's not like we had the perfect plan, but we went to him, we told him that, okay, we serve a God, right? The scholarship route, and things like that. So my father reasoned with us and was like, okay, let's start the process. So we started with UK, like I told you already, since to me UK was the easy route, and I've never seen where they rejected, or where somebody said they rejected the person or they don't give the person visa for UK. So I'm like, okay, that's how we chose UK. I started the whole process, I went to, because there are some organizations that help you to apply to schools for free and things like that. It was even my father that took me there. When they made inquiries. By the time we started hearing the amount, our heart was already doing bam, bam, bam. But we just kept telling him, have faith, don't look at now, look at the future, right? So fast forward to all of that, because UK is not the goal of why we're here, right? The thing is, I actually did apply to UK. I got some rejections, I got some yes, and yeah, when I got admission, I was about to apply for UK visa. That's when everybody started seeing vision. My friends, because my friends, they knew that this was the plan I had. My pastor, in fact, my family member, everybody just started seeing vision when it was time to apply to UK visa. All of them were now like, why not try Canada? I'm like, I'm looking for how I'll leave this country. I'm looking for something that is very affordable for my father. People are telling him to try Canada. I know how there's this stereotype that Canada has. It's hard. It's impossible. If you're not an agent, you cannot apply yourself. We're getting into all of that, right? But yeah, that was it, chat. I think after everybody told me, try Canada now, you never can tell, blah, 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 blah. My fear was, this one, they say they used to reject people. They should not go and reject me. We don't have the money. They should not go and reject me. Is it not double wala? Which explanation I have to give to my father that will make us reapply again, right? So I wanted to be very smart with my decision. After everybody said something, it was until my pastor now spoke and said, Damola to Canada. I'm like, hey. My spiritual father has spoken. So, I went to my parents, I spoke to them, they're like, hey, pastor to say, okay, do Canada, no problem. Mind you, you guys, since I knew that I could not do US, to be honest, I really wanted Canada. And the reason is because of, you can stay back, the PR routes, and all of that. But like I said, I'm looking for something cheap, something affordable, something that I know that if we put leg inside, it's going to work out. Because any disappointment now, how can I start begging my father that God will do it again? So that was it for me, and that's why I didn't bother to look at the Canada turn. I just left it. But left to me, it was Canada, right? So I'm like, okay, since this is what I want now, right? So we started Canada route. Luckily for me, my father was like, he knows somebody, he knows somebody that knows somebody that is an agent and he worked for the person. So I got the contact of the agent, right? And yeah, we started the whole process. I think I wrote it down. After making so many inquiries, we told her our budget and everything like that. The agent said, okay, she'll get back to us. By the time she get back to me, she already had some schools down. By the time she bring the schools that they had, I didn't like the schools. Because I told you guys that the reason I want to travel out is to live life, is to enjoy life, is to, I love luxury, you guys. And the school she's bringing schools in Newfoundland. Who know Newfoundland? She's bringing schools in Halifax, in Nova Scotia. Who know Nova Scotia? Like for me, please don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, right? I'm like, no, I don't want schools there. I want to be in a place where things are happening. I'm a very bubbly person. I'm a very out there person. I don't like quiet places. I don't like solemn places. I don't like a place where nothing is happening. And to me, these provinces are saying like, they're like that. They're just small provinces, and I don't feel like they're there. Not like Toronto, whatever. Not like, I just like a place where things are happening. But she was like, okay, if you want to go to schools there, the budget, we have to increase the budget we give her. I'm like, okay, we're doing affordable. It's not like I'll come to a province and I will die here, right? So we started the whole process. After I looked at the school she gave to me, there was only one school that I liked. Sorry, that was because of the course. Because she gave me the schools and she gave me the course, right? So I chose the school based on the course that the schools were offering. If that makes sense. So we chose the school. Right? And yeah, we started the whole process. So for this agent, I'm not going to drop the name of the agent, because if you continue to hear this whole story, right? If you continue to hear this whole story, you will not need this agent. If that makes sense. So we started this whole process. The fee for the agent was 300,000, and this is just to apply for schools alone, or just to apply for school for you. 300,000. Out of that 300,000, they paid my application fee for the school that I chose, right? So they allowed me to pay 200,000 first. Then they said when I get the admission, I'll pay 100,000. So we applied to this school. After everything, we applied to this school. You guys, 1 month later, I did not hear anything back from the school. Like I didn't get an email address from the school or anything. I remember messaging this agent and I was asking, fun, I've not heard anything from the school, what's going on, and things like that. She's not replying me, or if I thought she's replying me, I don't understand what she's saying. And you guys, to be honest, I wanted to leave. Wait, what am I saying? I wanted to leave Nigeria 2022. No, 2023 January. Yes. Right? I graduated 2021. I started this whole process in February 2022. Right? I got my passport May 2022. Right? That was when I now started applying to all these UK schools. Then after, I think I was done with UK by August. Yeah, it was in August I wanted to apply to UK visa. That was when everybody started seeing vision and said, okay, try Canada. Then, then that was how we got this agent. So while talking from beginning of August and after we agreed on everything, 23rd of August was when we sent the money to this person, right? To the agent to start this whole process. Ending of October, I didn't hear anything from the agent. I didn't hear anything from school. So I decided to message, like, what's going on? I've not heard anything. But she told me she already applied, right? And what these agents do is that once they want to help you apply, they create a new Gmail for you. So you're literally in the dark. You don't even know if anything's happening. Because even when she said she had applied, I was expecting to get a mail from the school to say, okay, your application has been received or something. So I was just trusting them. So after messaging her, I didn't really get the reply I wanted. I didn't understand what she was saying and things like that. You guys, I could not wait. This is ending of October. And before we started this whole process, I asked her if it was possible for me to, leave Nigeria January, right? She said yes. October ending, I'd not gotten the admission, or rather, I'd not heard anything from the school. So when I saw that when I saw that the agent was not answering me, right, I decided to message the school. I messaged them. I told them I had applied, and I've not gotten anything from them. There's no reason why, they've not answered me, because after the agent had applied, I checked. They said they should get back to you within a month or so. Luckily for me, I sent that message that night that I was worried. The next morning, by the time I woke up, my school had already replied me saying that I should leave, that I'm not meant to use an agent, that all they require from me for my application now is 2 reference letter. So if I'm to give them that 2 reference letter, they'll process my application and that's it. In my head, I'm like, why would my school tell me not to use my agent? I sent them a message telling them that okay, I'd paid this agent for the service, so you can't tell me not to use the agent. Then my school is telling me that they have agents that they have affiliates with, if that makes sense, right? And in my head, I'm like, no problem, no wahala. I don't care if you have agents or whatever. I have paid this one to do the job for me, so you can't tell me not to use them. My school kept insisting, they said they were going to change my application password so that I'm the only one that will have access to it. After much talk and everything, it still did not work out. I mean, they kept saying that I'm not meant to use an agent to apply to the school, and I don't know. Till now, I still don't know why. So I decided to message this agent again. I didn't get any reply. Then I decided to call her. Then she was telling me, oh, she's sorry. This period is the period where a lot of people are traveling, so she has been busy with other applications. Then also her sister was getting married. What's my business? I paid it for my service. That's all that matters, So when she told me all of that, I said, okay. So have you heard anything back from the school? She said no. I said no problem. So I told her what happened, just for the agent to tell me that we're sorry, that she's sorry, but she cannot continue with the application. That I'm going to destroy everything. I mean, what did she say? In my head, I'm like, you better be joking. Like, what do you mean by that? What are you trying to tell me? Like make it make sense. Like, I just need you to make it make sense for me. I'm like, okay, even if my school should change the password, I will give it to you. Just continue the whole process. Agent said no. I said, okay, so what options do you have for me? She's telling me, is it that I pay, they cancel this application, then I pay again, or I continue the application myself? Me that want to leave January, I don't know anything about Canada because I've not made research about it. Then you're telling me I should do it myself. I don't get it. After much rambling, this agent did not agree. So that was how, after we begged and begged and begged, when she didn't agree, that was how we left her. And that's how I continued my application by myself. But I was so scared because how do I do the visa process? Mind you, the amount I paid was just for applying for the visa, right? So you're applying for my school. There's a separate amount for the visa. I was even telling her that okay, if I get the admission, it's okay, you continue the visa process. Because I don't know anything about this visa process. I don't even know what I'm to do, right? She didn't agree. Nothing. So that's how we left the agent. I continued my school application myself and everything like that. You guys, it didn't take within 2 weeks. And the reason why it took 2 weeks was because of, I'm sitting like this because of the sun. The reason why it took 2 weeks was because of, so for my school, once they give you the admission, right? Or rather, before they give you the admission, you have to do like an assessment, like an interview, with them. So that was the reason why it took 2 weeks, and that was because I was delaying the interview. I did not know whether I will ace the interview, I will fail the interview, right? Within 2 weeks, I got this admission. Because what was the agent doing? I don't know. So I got the admission, I was so happy that I was thinking that I cannot do myself. Is what I did myself. Luckily for me, I didn't even pay the complete amount of money. So 200 wasted though, but at least I didn't pay the 100,000. You see how God used to work, you guys. So I got the admission, right? I think I got the admission in October. The admission came in November. Yeah, November 10, 2022. Right? Yeah. So when the admission came, you guys, there was no January intake. You guys, there was no January intake. You see why we tell you guys, why am I saying we? You see why people are always shouting, do not use an agent. I literally asked this person, is it possible I can leave Nigeria by January? We said yes. So the admission they applied for me was for January intake. Now my school is telling me that there has never been a January intake for my course, that it is only September. So where did the agent get the information from? And I don't get it. I felt devastated because, of course, I'm not living anywhere again. There's no way I'm going to. There's nothing. It's to September, right? So I got the admission, you guys, and yeah, I just knew that I wasn't going to leave January 2023. So that was how, you know, after I got the admission, I decided to ask, okay, how much is my school fees? Let me start making plans and things like that. You guys, by the time I'll see my school fees, if you're watching this video, do not, I repeat, do not use an agent. If you have the money, or if you have all the money in the world, go and use their licensed agents, right? There are some people that this is their work. Go and use them. But you don't have the money. You're not going to use all those ones that will go and open a shop in one place and say, if your dream is to travel about, come, let us help you. That you pay them 50,000, be 100,000. You're just doing yourself, to be honest. Like, I can't overemphasize on that. I tell people that nobody can do your application as much as you can do your application yourself. You guys, by the time I saw my school fees, my heart left my body. I remember I cried that night. I wept. Why? Because I literally gave you a budget as to, okay, this is what I can afford. I didn't like the province where my school was. I didn't even like the school because in my head, I'm like, I went to Catholic school, primary, secondary, right? I'm not about to go to a Catholic school again. But the agent said it was once a Catholic school, it's no more a Catholic school, no problem, right? So you literally convinced me to go for the school because you said it is within my budget. The budget I gave this agent was 10 to 20,000 Canadian dollars. By the time my school replied and told me what my school fees was, it was times 2.5 of that. As at then, when I converted that money, it was 30 million naira. You guys know what dollars is now. Where do you want me to find 30 million naira on school fees? Am I the only child? You guys heard the gist of how I struggled to convince my father to send me. Then somebody's bringing a school worth of 30 million naira for me. Sorry. If I not do masters, who will faint? For real, guys, I literally wept. I cried because that's the end. What could I have done? I've left UK. I want to do the Canada. And for UK, I was to have resumed in September, right? Because that was the admission. So September of 2022 had already passed. So what was I going to start from? This is why you can do this thing yourself. I don't know how I want to overemphasize on that. We're going to get into all of that in another video. But if you just want to have peace of mind in this life, do your application yourself. Because I've gotten so many DMs where a lot of people used an agent and some of them got rejections. And when what was the reason why they rejected you? This same proof of fund. My agent said I could use this amount of money. When I even hear the amount of money, I'm like, funny enough, that my agent said that I can use 13 million naira to do my proof of fund. Just 13 million naira, you guys. So if I was to do the visa process, they would have rejected me. You see how God used to just save some of us before the thing will happen. So you guys, after crying and crying that night, I told my parents about it. You guys, God is just good. God is good. Like, I'm telling the story now, and I remember then it wasn't even funny. It wasn't. But the good thing was, by the time I went back to tell my parents, right? Luckily, my father, the word I heard from him that day, I was so happy, you guys. So, my father was like, we cannot afford that to us. You see, that one is for sure. I'm like, if I know, but he said, don't give up, right? Let's see what we can do. Of course, you cannot go in January again. It has to be September 2023, right? So let's work towards that. Then he was like, just take a break. You used all of 2022 to try and do all this process. I know you're drained because I got rejections, like from UK to, the times I had rejections, the agent wahala, and things like that. So, because I take a break, let's start again next year, January. That's January of 2023. So January 2023 came, I was energetic again. Let's start the whole process again. This time around, I started research. There's no YouTube video I did not watch. There's no every day I'm going to work. I'm researching it. I said this time around it will work out. And to be honest, I really did want to use an agent because I still do not believe that I could do it myself, right? But the only reason I cannot use an agent is where's the money? We've already 200,000 have gone like that. Where's the money? So I just knew that that's where you're running away from, that laziness, that you don't just want to sit down and do the research yourself. You pick one. You want to put in the work and fulfill your dream, or you don't put in the work and let your dream go. So I had to choose one. I started my whole research, how to apply to schools, what provinces are better, which one can I afford. So after making so much research, I noticed that okay, masters are way more expensive than a postgraduate diploma, right? I'm like, okay, this time around I'm going to do a postgraduate diploma since is cheaper. Then I noticed that okay, if you do a 2 years course, you're eligible for 3 years postgraduate work permit. If you do a 1 year course, you're eligible for 1 year. So I was like, okay, I'll just do 2 years so that I have 3 years postgraduate work permit. So I just sat down, started weighing my options, what worked for me, which one is cheaper. I started making so many research. After making so many research, right, I finally found the school I wanted to go to. I liked the province where it was, and things like that. And that was how I applied. So I applied to this school. I'm coming, let me check. So I applied to this school on the 18th of January 2023. Yeah. So after applying, I think by end of February, you guys, I did not receive any information from the school. The school did not send me any message, nothing. So I started to, message the school what's going on, what's happening. And the school is telling me that they are sorry, the application is already closed, that they are deferring my admission to next year, January 2024. I'm like, which kind of wala is this one? I'm done. I'm just like, And that's one thing this whole process would teach you. It would teach you to have faith. It would teach you to be patient. It would teach you to continue to believe. It would teach you not to give up. If you are starting this process, I'm sure in my very first video I said it, you have to be spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally ready, because it's a whole lot, especially when you now want to do it yourself. It is a whole lot, you guys. So they told me they have to defer the admission next year, 2024. I just knew that I'm not waiting to 2024. I don't know how you are going to do it, but I'm leaving 2023. Because at that time, exchange rate was already increasing. And I know that this is my father that I've tried to convince that I want to come here. 2022 have passed. It didn't work. 2023, I've come now. He still do not want to work. At the time now, if you give up and say, see, it's not working, you better go and sit down. So I knew that no, this year 2023, it must work out. So I was angry again. I went back to cry. You see this process, the amount of tears I cried. Hey, I was just beating my sister. Because I think my sister that saw all my emotions. It was bad. When they say, when people say depression, I don't understand what's depression. I just thought it's a word. But you go through it. So I was devastated. I was like, what's going on? And I remember washing plates that evening and I was just crying. There was this song that kept me going. I think it's Bola by Simi Abisumi Sola. I don't know, Jerry, I can't remember. And I was just crying. I'm like, God, I know it's your plan for me. What's going on? Why are things not working out? What's happening? I broke down in tears, you guys. Then while I was just crying, something just spoke to me that I should go back to my school that they gave me admission. When the Spirit of God speaks, you're like, there are some things that when God order you to do, it doesn't make sense. And sometimes when it doesn't make sense, you can already tell that it is God. I'm like, no, stop. What kind of place that? So you mean that I'll go and pay 30 million naira? Where's the money? Like, it's like, how do I even convince my father that I want to go and I'm going back to the school? But the Spirit just said, go back to the school. Go and pay the deposit fee. Go and speak to your parents about it. But by wash plate finished that day. My father was in parlor. My mom was already asleep. I don't know whether to go. Should I go? Should I not go? Should I go? Should I not go? So I left. I went. Said, Daddy, I want to talk to you. I was already even feeling sleepy. Daddy, I want to talk to you. He said, what happened? I said, I don't know. Something just said I should go back to that my school. And my school had already given me my school. Sorry guys, I had to pick a call. Yeah, so my school had already given, they gave me a deadline to pay the deposit fee, because once you get an admission, you know, they'll tell you, okay, pay a deposit fee to secure the admission, right? That deadline had passed. I got my school admission in November, right? I think I was to pay the deposit fee in, I think, ending of December, because I think they'll give you like a month to pay. Yeah. So already that date already passed. So you see myself that when God orders your steps, sometimes it doesn't make sense. I did not pay the deposit fee when I was meant to pay the deposit fee. So like, why would they? And this was already March, because you know it was end of February that I had to message my school, the school that I applied to, and those ones were telling me from admission to 2024, right? You know, so I spoke to him, I spoke to my dad about it, and he's like, since he said your heart is leading you there, you know, okay, let's see. So my deposit fee was 2,500 Canadian dollars. I don't know why the sun is really entering my eyes. 2,500 Canadian dollars, right? And yeah, so I was surprised. How come my father is like, yeah, no problem, let's just pay the deposit fee. God will do the rest. That's what he said. Miracle, no, they tire Jesus. You guys, I don't like when the sun is entering my eyes. Let me fix it. Come in. Or do I say like, oh, no. I think the glow is by force, so you guys. Okay. So, miracle, no, they tire Jesus. Oh boy. I was so surprised, like, can my father say this kind of thing like this? You know, so I went back to my room. You know, I had peace of mind. Then I sent a message to my school that night asking if, you know, if I could pay my deposit fee, because I know that already the deadline had passed, right? And my school said, yes, sure, you can pay you can still pay your deposit fee. I'm like, let me say this again. If you're starting this process, start with God. Because make it make sense how and why my deadline had passed, but my school is still allowing me to pay my deposit fee. Make it make sense why my father that was adamant at the beginning, that said, no, I cannot afford it, is willing to accept that you can pay 30 million naira for your school fees. If these things are not happening because of God, who else? No, let's be realistic, right? So that's how, you know, since my school said I should pay the deposit fee, I said no problem. You guys, I want to read. I cannot read the message for you. Okay, I think I can check through my iPad. I want to read the message for you. So now, you guys, let's go back to when I asked my school how much my school fees was, because we're getting somewhere. So I asked my school how much my school fees was. That was when I got the admission, right? So I sent them email. I said, I hope this mail meets you well. I'm happy to be found worthy of this admission, but I want to find out if the admission fee of 2,500 is part of the school fees, and also how much is my program fee. Thank you for your time. And they replied, 2,500 is the deposit fee, and yes, it will be included into my tuition, and my school fees is I've converted it for you guys, right? That I said it was 30 million. That was then. So now, then I sent another message. If I may ask, how many years is the program, and can I pay in installments? If yes, how many installments is allowed? Something like that. Then he said, they said, you know, I've not done my research. I didn't really know much about the program like that, right? So he said the program was 16 months with 4 installments, right? I said, okay. I sent them a message again, because when I saw the school fees, I told you guys I cried that night, and I had to ask, like, let me continue. I said, I'm sorry for asking too much of questions. Please, is accommodation part of the tuition fee? And can I get a breakdown of the tuition fee? Because I was just wondering, who the hell pays that amount of money just for school fees? I was thinking there's accommodation inside, there's transportation, there's food inside all of this. But apparently there's not. Okay. So they replied me, then they said the above does not include accommodation or living expense, blah, 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 blah. And they said they'll try to secure internship position for you after 10 months stuck in the program and all of those stories, right? I said, no problem. So now, that was the message I sent to them concerning the school fees. Now, let's go back to where we were about the tuition, the deposit fee, whether I could pay the deposit fee, right? So I said, hi, I hope this email finds you well. Please, I want to know if I'm still eligible to pay my deposit fee and also confirm if the tuition fee has not changed. Because I'm already having issue with the tuition fee. So I wanted to know whether it has not changed, right? So the school replied and they said, thank you very much for your consideration. No, sorry. Where's the reply to this message? Okay, so they copied me to the admission to my departmental person, right? To ask whether I could pay the deposit fee. Then she said, yes, Bridget, you can go ahead to pay the deposit fee. Then said another note. This is where we're going to now. Another note. I can't promise anything now since we're working on a budget, but I promise we will have some funding support for you. I will update you very soon. You guys, I only sent a mail, asking whether I could pay the deposit fee and if the tuition fee had not changed, right? I didn't ask for any other thing. And here I'm saying that I can't promise you anything, but since we're working on a budget, but I promise we'll have some funding support for you. If you see that I was happy that day, you guys. Then I replied, thank you very much for your consideration. I really hope to get a good response from you. And full stop. You guys, that same day, I'm speaking to somebody in Canada, right? That same day, because I think I sent the mail in the night, like I told you, because I spoke to my dad in the night, then I sent the message in the night. I woke up in the morning, and the message I saw, you guys. The message I saw, you guys. God. So, I saw scholarship and TA, Masters of program, St. Mary University. So for all of you that have been asking what school do I attend, I go to St. Mary University and I am currently doing my master's in, guess in the comment section. Okay, and I'm currently doing my master's in business analytics. You guys, that's how God came through for me. I repeat, I did not ask for this scholarship, you guys. All I asked was, is there transportation inside? Is there accommodation inside the school fees, you guys? And that was the message I saw. I'm happy to inform you that we just approved the total amount is it will be deposited into your student account once you arrive SMU. I will need your formal signature on a form sent from You guys, God is good. God is good. I jumped for joy. I danced. My family were happy, and the scholarship was worth, like, if you deduct that scholarship from my tuition fee, is as good as it did something. It's as good as me paying what a postgraduate diploma person will be paying, if that makes sense. I'm still paying more though, but now there's no more difference like that there. Okay, there's still much difference though. But it's something, you guys, compared to where I was coming from. So that's how I got the scholarship. We're excited, and there's nobody that will not tell me that this was not the way for me. So listen, when you start this whole process, listen, like, God will speak. He will definitely speak to you, and yes. And let me also read the scripture that got me going, like throughout my immigration journey. Jeremiah 32:27, and it says, behold, I'm the Lord. Is there anything too hard for me to do? Answer the question, you guys. No, you guys. No. This was how God came through for me, you guys. So that's the story on the admission part. Now let's go into the visa process. So basically, from February, I started this whole visa process, and things like that. Started making my research. Like I said, I watched a lot of YouTube videos. How do I do this? This is the major part now. We've gotten the admission. Admission is never hard to get, right? Just submit the required documents, write your required essay, and that's it. Then now we started this whole visa process. You guys know when they say somebody want to run mad, I was getting there. God forbid. But it was, oh my god, it stressed me. It did. Let's even remove all the documents that I had to use to apply. Let's go to the proof of fund. Let's go to the proof of fund, you guys. That was when I knew that I should have never have started this whole process. I should not, it was a lot because the money was a lot, and I already explained to you guys how I didn't want to make that mistake of getting rejected, because if I do, there was no way on earth I was going to reapply again. Like, I don't think so, because where will I get the money from, right? See, that money, I did not know where we could get it from, because all the money we had, right, we had used it now to pay deposit fee. The money left is not even enough to say, okay, somebody wants to use to do proof of fund. So I started making a lot of research, right? And when I saw the amount I would need to show as proof of fund, I fainted. This is where you now realize that you don't have anybody, right? There are people we had to ask. How they were advised that, okay, maybe talk to some family members, family friends, whether they can help you out, like at least just deposit the money in your account. Then after you're done, you send the money back to them. A lot of them just said no, 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 no. Not necessarily no, but oh, I don't have at the moment. Oh, I want to use the money for something. Oh, because for Canada, you have to deposit this money for at least 6 months, or rather 4 to 6 months in your account, right? And it's always advisable to leave this money in your account till you arrive in Canada. So we decided to go through another route of, I think they say banks can help you to put this money in your account, help you to grow this money, but you pay interest rates. The the smallest interest rate we saw to pay was like 500,000. I think so. Yeah, no, 500,000 a month just to keep this money inside your account. So if you are keeping the money for 6 months, you'll be paying 500,000 a month. If I say that 500,000 a month, do you know what I'm doing? Will I need any bank to be putting money inside my account? But God came through. He raised man for our sake, right? I remember there was one thing that my mom told me at that time. Was it my mom or my sister told me at that time, that God will make man to fail so that he can prove himself? Because there was no way on earth the money we had was enough for the proof of fund. And this is why I tell people, just start. It might not make sense, but how God will come through for you at every step of the way, you'll be surprised. If you see what I use as proof of fund, you guys just let me know. Let me know if you want me to do a video of all the documents I used to apply for my visa. Let me know if you want a video of the total amount I spent. Like how much it will cost you to travel out. Because some people think it's 5 million, it's 10 million. You don't know. You don't know what's going on. Right? So it was, yeah, that whole journey. I remember there was a time where my father had to tell my sister to call me that. See, she doesn't talk to anybody. She just comes home, goes to her room, and that's it. The next time you see me is in the morning, maybe during morning devotion. You guys, I was close to depression. Like, I would not say I was depressed. I can't even lie. I'm just looking back at this whole journey, and I know how I cry when I'm on my way to work. I cry at work. I cry when I come back. Because today it feels like, okay, yes, it's working. Tomorrow it feels like no. And there's so many informations out there. There's so many informations out there. Which one do I want to follow? Which one is true? Which one is not? That process, started looking for documents, gathering documents, but it was mostly the proof of fund that was stressing us out. Oh, this, oh, no, use this, oh, no, you cannot use this, oh, don't use that, oh, don't. I was at the point, I don't know, my head almost blew, like, which one am I meant to follow, right? And that was what got me to realize that, and that's why I tell people that nobody knows your story more than you know yourself, right? A lot of people go out there and tell you use 100 million. Where do I want to get that kind of money from? Right? So only you know your story. And I tell people that sorry, I said I tell people because I've been answering some of you guys' comments, and I'm sure some of you guys have heard me say things like that. That only you know your story, right? And what works for somebody might not work for you. And just imagine your IRCC. what will make me give this person this visa? That was my question every single day. Like I just kept, if I was at RCC, would they give me? The truth is that all my answers were yes, because I mean I've tried, right? But let's be realistic. Like always ask yourself that question when you're starting this whole process. If I'm IRCC, what will make me give this person this visa? What makes you stand out? Do you understand? You might not have all the money in the world, but why do I think this person deserves this opportunity? Something like that. You know, you guys, 2 to 3 days before I submitted my visa application, that was when I heard that you cannot use microfinance bank to show proof of fund. And the whole amount of money that I want to use to show this proof of fund is inside a microfinance bank, right? I don't even know. But the bank that I wanted to use is not normal Zenith, UBA, Diamond, Access. I'm not going to call the name of the bank, but and I heard you cannot use that bank to show proof of fund. I said, hey, 3 days before, because at this point I've gathered all my documents. You know, I was already almost ready. It was just the comparison of documents. You want to start this visa? Just be ready. You will compress documents, you know, and things like that. I'm like, how? What are you telling me? 3 days. I'm leaving September. I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything. And the annoying thing about this whole process is that for every time you're really close to something good, something will just happen. Something will just happen. I'm like, what are you telling me? I cried that day because my best friends were in my house that day. They were in my house that day. My mood just changed. I'm like, what are you telling me? September is already here because this was already May. So I gathered all my visa document from February till May. That's to show you that it's not something you rush to do, right? I'm like, yeah. So what I did was after I've cried that night, I said, okay, we need a way forward. What is the way forward? So I decided to message I don't know if you guys know OGC study group. And I think it was opened by, can't remember his name. I can't remember his name. I started to message him. How true is this information? Because I kept checking online. I think there's no specific information that says. I checked RCC website. It did not say you are not allowed to. So where did you people hear this from? Where? Started to message him. I think that he has his own thing. You know, I paid 20,000 naira just to get that information, whether it was true. I can't remember what the person told, but I'm not sure the information helped me. But that's how desperate I was. Like I wanted to know whether it was true and this money we have saved the money for, we have built the money for these 6 months already. Now you're telling me in 3 days to when I want to submit. Hey! When I saw that information they gave me did not work, you know, I said to myself, okay, they said, yeah, I can use it, but I have to explain why I'm using it. Like write a letter to IRCC explaining why I'm using it. I said that I've already written statement of purpose, I've written study plan, I'm still gonna be right. You know what? Momsy just told me to calm down. Calm down. I calmed down. I said I'm going to use this bank with or without. I don't care, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use this bank. And this bank will work for me. I don't care if I'm going to use it, you know. And you know, after hearing so many encouragements, you know, I started hearing some people have used it to work for them, blah 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 blah, and things like that. I'm like, I'm gonna use it. I don't care. I'm gonna use it. And that's how I used the bank, you know. 2 days before I wanted to submit, I started having anxiety. My father too started having anxiety because the money we had to use to show the proof of fund in our head were like, how do we convince RCC now that we have this money? Because it's one thing to build this account, but you know your sponsor is showing their pay stub. The money that is coming is never what is inside this account. So what can you so what explanation can you give to tell them that okay, this money this money is legit. This money is legit. Yeah, I told that God sent helper. So how do we explain? He started having like and the money inside the account. Oh God. I just told my father now, Daddy, leave it. Just leave it. Leave the money. Leave the I know the funniest thing. The person God sent to us said he was going to drop so amount inside this account for us, right? 1 month before I wanted to apply, this person increased this amount to like ×2. Right? Now, my sponsor's pay stub, like I said, if you look at the money there and look at the money inside the account, there's no, it's not You know, how do you explain that? Do you understand? I said, okay. Started having anxiety, like I said, you know what, like that, just leave it. We have just done our best. Now the anxiety we're having is that well, are we not showing too much of money? Is it how? And this is what the devil does. That's what that was just what that was devil's plan. Just wanted us to be unnecessarily scared. Rubbish and nonsense. So I told my father, don't worry, we're living it, we've tried our best. You know what? There was even a time where I'll go and meet my father to say, Daddy, my father says, Damola, leave me. Leave me, because most of these visa documents I want to submit, most of the documents are coming from your sponsor, right? My mother says, leave me. I'm at work. I call my mother. Then I haven't got to this document. I come back home. And I don't about this document. I come back. It says, leave me. That will leave me. Anything you want to do. I was so sad that day, but I could understand. I had stressed my parents too much. I had stressed them. Document that they don't even know where to go and be finding it. Because there's no document I know how to submit to. I said they cannot reject. It's not possible. It's not. No. It can't be possible. I stressed them. You know. So after the anxiety, we're like, well, we're going to leave it. We're going to leave it, you know. Then a night before I wanted to submit. You now want to submit. If you have submitted visa application before, you know that to submit is not a problem. Because of how you have to compress. We have to start removing documents, removing this, don't remove this, don't, which just because there's a particular MB that, how do I explain it now? So when you want to submit your document on the RCC portal, for each box, it can only contain a particular amount of MB, right? So if the document is more than that MB, if the size of the document is more than the required size they've given you there, it won't upload. So we have to start compressing. And when you compress a document, right, it is reducing the quality of that document. Do you get? I'm like, God, if I over compress this one, then I still cannot see what I'm submitting. This is not another wahala. You know, we should have to start, okay, which one is most important? Which one is this? Which one is that? You guys, I submitted my application 18th of May, 2023 by 1:02 a.m. I was just meeting my father. He was beside me. We shall thank God we have submitted finally. We bless the name of the Lord. So we submitted, right? I remember that day. Yeah, you guys saw the video. Now you guys have seen the video. You know, I still had to wake up early again. I still had to go to work. Working and trying to apply for all these visas is a whole lot. I can't lie to you. It's a whole lot. So I applied. I applied May 18. June, I applied May 18, right? I did my biometrics May 24. All of this information is in my first video, right? June 18, 1 month have passed. I'm not getting anything from my RCC. Hey, anxiety want to finish me. Anxiety want to finish. I cannot sleep, I cannot eat. Every day I'm refreshing mail. You know when mail is your best app. I'm not getting anything from my RCC. And you know that fear, the devil now sets in. I kept having anxiety. It just felt like they will reject me. I started seeing issues with everything I've submitted. Oh, you should have done this better. Oh, you should have done this. Oh, you should have. Me that used to join NLP, I stopped joining NLP. I didn't want to do anything. I was so stressed. It just felt like, Damola, you get rejected. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why. But the devil got me at that point in time. I was not myself. I don't... You guys, I was not getting myself. That anxiety, you see that waiting period of waiting for when to apply, I understand. And I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it. If you're watching this video now and you're waiting for your visa to be approved, see, I understand you. I understand the anxiety that comes. I understand how, hey, we didn't do it. Hey, we didn't give me the visa or not. I understand. But trust me, it will come. Don't look for something to distract you. Because the moment it comes, you'll now be like, thank God, but it has come now. So why was I killing myself back then? Please just be patient. And I pray that, you know, you definitely receive good news also, and it will definitely work for you. But know that you're not alone. I went through it too. That waiting period is no joke. It's not for the weak. Hey, God, oh. I didn't want to eat. The only thing that will make me happy at that point in time in my life was if IRCC sent me a message to say, okay, we have approved your visa. Any of that information, I don't want to know. I don't care. That was it for me, guys. You know, June 18 came, nothing. That was 1 month, right? July 18 came, nothing. Honey, I've entered this one. And you know, on OJC group, You are saying congratulations, 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 congratulations. I'm like, what's happening to me? What's going on? Why is IRCC not answering me? What's happening? What? And OJC group, I joined it. I joined OJC group after I applied. I think that was when I knew about it. And it helped me. That was the only thing that was helping me a little, because the fact that I could see that, okay, some people are getting it, it just felt like, don't worry, your time is coming. But at the same time, the anxiety was still there. So I think our advice that you guys also join that group, right? I didn't join when I was doing my own process, but while I joined, I noticed that there are a lot of information that, almost all the things that you guys are curious about, you definitely find it on that group. And having people that are experiencing the same thing as you is like the best thing ever. So I think I'll put the link of the group in the description box, so make sure you join. And if you ask questions, funny enough, a lot of them used to answer you. You definitely see people that are going through the same situation as you and things like that. So make sure you join the group, guys. So every day I'll go on the group, I'll be saying congratulations, congratulations, when is my own turn coming? July 19, because I did June 18, nothing. July 19. Sorry, I got the message. July 19, nothing. Okay, I said no problem. Sorry, July 18, nothing. Sorry, June 18, nothing. July 19, nothing. July 18, what am I saying? Nothing. That means one month. So this is 2 months after I've not gotten a reply. July 19, I decided to, call IRCC. I mean, message them. It's not like you're speaking to IRCC directly, but maybe their agent or their staff or whatever. I decided to call. And I called. And I told them, on the website, people will say 6 weeks processing time. It is more than 6 weeks. Because a lot of people, I think after 1 month, in fact, you're already calling them, but they're sending web form or anything. But in my head, I'm like, I'm going to wait after these 6 weeks, right? Yeah, I'm going to wait after these 6 weeks before I call them, so that it will be that, okay, I'm obeying their rules. I don't want to anger anybody, so that I do not reject my visa. You guys, July 19, I called them, I spoke to the agent. He's like, yeah, I can see that, and I don't understand why your application, why they've not gotten back to you yet. So we'll definitely pass your message to them, and hopefully they get back to you. And I was just begging, like, we should please do. And my school had already told me that if by end of July, I don't message them to tell them that, okay, I've gotten my visa, then they'll have to defer the admission. This is July 19 again. So imagine how my anxiety had already doubled. I'm saying I want to leave this year. And the another thing is that my school doesn't have January intake. So if they're deferring the admission, it's the next year. It's the 2024 September. I was so pissed off. I messaged them. I called them. They told me, don't worry, they'll pass my message to IRCC, that he cannot promise anything, but hopefully they get back to me. I'm like, okay. No problem. No wahala, no problem at all. And yeah, that was it. Then the next day, July 20, 2023, I decided to check my portal, because I'm always checking that portal every day. Every day. Please, if you're inside this process, let me know if you used to check your portal every single day. In fact, every single minute and hour and seconds, I used to check that portal. That's how bad I checked my portal. And lo and behold, you guys, don't worry, they have not approved the visa yet. You guys, they told me I passed my medicals. After, they are not even say, in that group, some people that applied before me, after me, they already told them they approved their visa. And you know how they say when they approve their medicals, I know when they say when they approve your medicals, automatically you have gotten the visa. You don't worry, your visa is not going to be rejected. Don't worry, all of these things. Me, they did not approve medicals from June, maybe from May, that applied. Why? Or let's say from May 24, because since I did my biometrics May 24, right? Yeah. Since I did my biometrics May 24. So let's say here, I was so happy finally. You guys, I finally smiled from May 18 to July 20. I'm not sure I gave any genuine smile in my life. If you see that I jumped for joy, I was so happy. I told my parents, they finally saw that, so you can smile again. We thank God for you. We thank God for you. 4 days later, lo and behold, you guys know. 4 days later, you guys, my visa was approved. I jumped for joy. I remember that day I was at work and I was eating during my break. I was eating ofada rice. You guys know how fathers still can be. And the message just dropped. The message that I've longed for all my life. An update has been done on your portal. You guys, I ran back to my office seat because I was trying to open the portal on my phone, was not opening, and the devil was just in my head saying they've rejected me, they've rejected me, they've rejected me. So I ran to my seat, I decided to open it, and I saw that yes, my visa was approved, and I ran to the toilet and I cried. You know when you cry, like that tears of relief, I've never felt that kind of relief before in my life. I was literally shaking and I cried and I said, God, take all the glory. You did this. It was just you. It was you. My fears did not come to pass. It was you. Indeed, you said, is there anything too hard for you to do? No. You guys, remember I told you that the Good Samaritan God sent to us increased the proof of fund, right? Within that period, that was when exchange rates fully up. Funny enough, I think around that time, JC group, some people now started receiving rejections because as at that time, exchange rate has increased now. So the money in your account, because this money, they are converting, they are seeing it in Canadian dollars, right? So by the time they are converting to Canadian dollars, if it's not up to their 10,000 Canadian dollars plus 1 year tuition, 1 year of your tuition fee, it's not counting as anything. I said, God knew what he was doing. He was working behind the scene. Oh, I remember during my process, I kept telling God, you are my IRCC. You are the one checking my portal. You are the one that will review all my documents. And as you guys know now, I'm in Canada. I'll become motivational speaker. So you guys, that's my story, and I hope that I've been able to prove to somebody out there that no dream is too big to be achieved. Nothing is too hard for God to do as long as you put in the work. And yeah, I get comments like, can you help me apply? You have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. If you want, if it is something that you really want, do the research. It's not as hard as people make it seem. Submit the right documents. You will get it. It's not hard. I've been there. Now I look back and I'm like, that's me. If they say that me, Damola, I'm going to apply for this visa myself, I'll say it's a lie. Till I think till a night before I still submitted, I still edited my statement of purpose. If there's one thing I hate to write, is statement of purpose. I hate all this essay. I hate it there. But because I know that this is a dream, I think it took me four months before I finalized my essay. I mean, my statement of purpose. So if you guys also want me to read out my statement of purpose, my study plan, let me know, and all the things I wrote in there, let me know, so that I'll make a video on that also. So I had to put in the work. There are so many things that you will not necessarily find me doing, and I'm someone that I necessarily do not always want a lot, but when I want something, I want something. If that makes sense. So I hope I've been able to, convince somebody that you can do it. You don't need any agent. If you put in the work, all the information you need is out there, to be honest. Then if you also join the group that I would post the link to, it would definitely help, and you don't need to waste all that money, be giving agents 1 million, 5 million, right? So I just want you guys to believe in yourself. Till I submitted my application, I kept telling myself that, I should have used an agent though. I should have used an agent. What if they reject me? Because at least if they reject me, you know that you say, it's my agent though. But if they reject me, it's me now. It's not me that did my application myself, right? So the devil kept coming in, but I did it, you guys. Like, I did this application. Me. You guys don't understand when I'm saying me. I feel like if I can apply for Canada visa myself, anybody can do it. Like, to be honest, I just need you guys to believe in yourself. It's not as hard as people make it seem online. Gather the right document, like I said. Keep asking yourself that question. If I was IRCC, would I give this person this visa? That's a question you need to ask yourself every single time. Then what else? I think lastly, I get comment on, I want to travel abroad and I don't know how to start. So the first thing you need to do is, why do you want to travel? Until you can answer that question, I think that's when you'll be willing to put in the work. But if you just want to do it because everybody is doing it, then I don't know how to help you. So the first thing you need to do is get a course you want to study. Look for schools that offer this course. How much can I afford? Can I do a master's or a postgraduate diploma course? Apply to the school, get the admission, and apply for your visa. That's all it takes to come to Canada. I don't know. Is there any other thing I'm missing? In between all of this, you just have to put in the work, gather the documents, and apply. And that's just it. Another thing that kept me insane is I also had a book. This is it, like a journal where I wrote everything down because, like I said, there are a lot of information out there, you know. So I'm going to be going through the book just to tell you the things I write inside the book. This was when I was writing things I wanted to bring to Canada. What else? So I wrote, like now when I wanted to submit my visa, now I wrote all the documents I wanted to submit under each section. Then I wrote all the YouTube videos I wanted to make. This was where I wrote my statement of purpose. I wrote all the amount of money I spent in preparing for my visa application. I wrote all the documents I needed to submit for my visa. So I always had like a journal where, you know, you're writing all these informations down. What else? Then I think there was a time where Pastor Bolachi was saying that we should write what we want from God, right? Like write everything down in a book or a paper. You guys, I remember I wrote my visa approval letter. I wrote my scholarship letter. I wrote my letter of acceptance letter. And literally, I wrote this thing on the 20th of May, 2020. Is it 3? Yeah, 2023 was when I wrote all of this. And literally, God answered every single one of them. You guys, like every single one of them get answered. So guys, I would advise that you get a book also to write all this kind of information down, because this kept me sane. Like it kept me sane, you guys. Yeah, also I like to use this medium to, you know, just thank God, you know. Yeah, thank God. I also like to thank my dad. Yeah, thank my mom. Hey, thank my sisters, my brothers. If I thank my whole family, because everybody went through it together. It wasn't just only me, you know. They all came through. They were there for me. They kept checking up on me. Yeah. I also like to thank my best friends. You see one of them. One of them did not like me. Alpha, when will you apply? Apply now. What are you waiting for? You know, they were there for me. They kept praying for me. They kept asking, what do you want us to do for you? My other friends also. My colleagues at work. No, I'm so grateful, you guys. Like, for all of you guys that were there for me, I'm grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Like, if you're in the process, you understand what I'm saying. It's not something you can do alone. So yeah, I just want to thank them, and yeah, I love you guys. I love you guys. So guys, I don't know how long this video is going to be, but if it is 2 hours, I'll post it. If it is 2 hours, I'll post it. And I hope that you guys were able to get something from it. And yeah, let me know if you have any other questions, and also let me know the kind of videos that you want to see us from now. And yeah, see you in my next video. Bye.